Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your May bonus reading. We're just going to jump right in here, Cancer. And in your current general energies, you have this full moon in Libra. It says find balance. And then what do you know? You have the Two of Swords, which can be a card of finding balance or needing to find balance in your life. And, I feel like for a lot of you that this is encouraging you to basically find balance in the way that you do things, or I'm kind of getting that there could be better solutions to the things that you're doing or dealing with in life. And we see that here with the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords can represent only one way of doing things. I always say, to me, the Eight of Swords can sometimes say that you're standing up against a wall that's like only as big as your face. So, but if you're standing right up against it, then you can't see that you can just move right around it, right? So sometimes I feel with the Eight of Swords that it can represent not realizing how easy a solution could be, or, maybe things are going fine in your life, but, things could always improve or be better, right? And, I feel like it's saying, there could be better ways for you to do things that you want to do. So you're going to have to do your research, obviously, to figure out what those things are. The other thing is you have this toil and labor card. It's not like a bad card, but I definitely feel for some of you, like I said, I kind of feel with this Eight of Swords that you could be making things a little bit harder than they need to be. So this to me says life could be a lot easier, but you're going to have to look for those opportunities. There's also something emotional about this reading. I'm just noticing it. You have this, she has this water below her. On the Eight of Swords, it kind of represents the fact that, she is standing in this very shallow pool of water. So really, if she were to take her blindfold off, she would realize that her feelings or her reactions to things in her life, that maybe she's making too much of a big deal out of those things. Maybe she's worrying too much about, whatever the hell is going on, right? So she kind of needs to open up to not be so worried or, scared of things. We also have the King of Cups. We'll get to him. We'll talk about him in a minute. But same thing, he has very deep emotions. He needs to explore his emotions. You have water here. You also have water right here on the Two of Swords. Kind of looks like the choppy waters on the Six of Swords. So the Two of Swords can represent kind of leaving something behind so that you can get this new island here. That new island does represent an obstacle, but it's not like a bad obstacle. It is a good obstacle. Like, going to school is an obstacle. Getting a new job is an obstacle. It's a pain in the ass, right? Finding a new relationship, same thing. It's a pain in the ass, but it could be a good obstacle. So I kind of sometimes feel that with the Two of Swords where, maybe it's not accurate, tarot, but I read intuitively anyway, and sometimes I feel, which is what I feel in your reading, that she's like settling. She's kind of like settling for where she is, and she doesn't realize that there could be something much better. And that's, with the Eight of Swords here, that's basically what this is saying to me. You have the Hermit. I feel like you've been going through it for like a while, for months now. And, could be a dark night of the soul for some of you. For others, I would just say it's just a little bit of soul searching, right? You're all different. So, for some, I think it's been extreme for some, but maybe just normal, like a normal, dark period of soul searching for others of you. And, he has that star in his lantern. That is literally the star from the star card. And you have the star over here. So, he is holding that star back. And sometimes I feel with him that he needs to shine that star. He needs to shine that light bright, like it's his inner light. And I really feel it's time for you to shine your inner light. With the Two of Swords, you have the High Priestess. Definitely time to trust your intuition for sure. I feel like your intuition is guiding you to the star. So if you feel excited about something, it could be anything here, Cancer. I feel like you need to make your move here. And that's like the hardest part of, we have Neptune and Pisces right now. And personally, I believe that Neptune does not rule Pisces. To me, Jupiter rules Pisces. Jupiter was the ancient ruler of Pisces, number one. Number two, if you look at any famous Pisces and you look at their chart, you look at Jupiter, it's you can clearly see that they are Jupiter, that Jupiter is kind of like the ruler of their chart, just based off of actions that they've taken in their life, right? But so the reason I'm saying this is because, again, with Neptune there, I think Neptune and Pisces a little bit confusing about the actions we should be taking, the things that we should be doing. It's like the deep ocean, it's emotional, but it's also murky and not clear on the things that we should be doing. But it's like now you're being guided in a new direction. And I really feel you need to trust your intuition. But again, the problem with Neptune and Pisces is there's no maybe normally we start something and we get a little bit of confirmation, like that we're supposed to move in that direction. And so there like is no confirmation. We just have to kind of go blindly, right? And that's what I would do here. With the Hermit, you have the Justice card, more balance. You have that full moon in Libra. You have Libra right here. So you're clearly balancing something in your life out. For some of you, I'm getting health as well. If you're like I feel you could be improving your health or, fixing your health, take it how it resonates. But either way, I think it's good, whatever you're doing. With the Four of Swords, you have the Six of Cups here. Six of Cups could be a soul. I'm just getting the word soulmate. That's the only thing that's popping into my head here, Cancer. So if you're interested in a person, there could be a person coming in for you. This person, they could be at a distance here, going to the Three of Wands, or it could require you to change your life in some way, going this way to the King of Cups. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes I feel with the Wheel of Fortune, as far as love is concerned, it basically is saying that it would change your destiny, but that's not true. The Wheel of Fortune is your destiny in the sense that it is your personal vision for your life. It's basically how you see your destiny, not the universe, right? Although there is a little bit of universe in there, but still, it's like you are in control of the wheel. So, I feel like you could be attracting a person, could require change, but we'll definitely look into that more in just a minute. Next, we're going to look at the unexpected. You have this Whale card. It says Wisdom Keeper. You also have this Teeth card. It says Control and Change, which I just said that with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is about control and change. We will talk about that in a minute. Also, King of Cups here. This is showing up in the unexpected, but King of Cups, he has a whale right back here. It looks like a fish, but it's meant to be a whale. And so we're going to talk about that in just a second. But you have the Four of Cups here. Four of Cups is like being disappointed with your options. I feel like you have been disappointed maybe by options, or, I kind of just feel disappointing energy here in general. It's like, I almost have that question. I have a question popping into my head. Like, I feel like you're wondering if you should be doing something. I don't have a good example for you, Cancer, other than maybe you're working on a career or business, and maybe you said to the universe, okay, if I find success, or if I get a raise within the next 6 months, then I'm going to take that as a sign from you, universe, that I'm meant to be doing this. Or same thing in business. Maybe you're saying if I get one more client in the next month, universe, then I'll take that as a sign. But it's almost like the signs, what I'm getting here is being disappointed in the results. It's I feel like you're always just getting just enough, right? To keep you kind of going. And I feel like you want more, which we see right here, which is the Three of Wands. It's you want expansion and growth. Who doesn't, right? And, I feel like you want to be feeling like you're making progress. I also feel like you want to feel more in control, not in the sense that you are controlling, but he's kind of the harbor master here. He's surveying these ships. He's telling those ships where to go. He's directing the direction of his life. But kind of intuitively, I feel like this is where you've been. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune, maybe you feel more like you're at the mercy of the universe, but there's kind of a trick with the Wheel of Fortune. When you feel like you're at the mercy of the universe, you're on the outside of the wheel, on the Wheel of Fortune. When you feel in control, you're on the inside of the wheel. And that's where we want to be. We want to be in the position of control. We want to be at the center of the wheel. Good things and bad things will always happen. Those wheels will always be spinning around us, but when we're at the center of the wheel, that is where we are in control. So how do you do that? Well, number one, your vibration. So staying focused on, keeping your vibes high. Number two, each one of these signs here, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo, they all have a book in their hands. So they can literally represent learning as much as you possibly can about whatever it is that you're doing. That is what will kind of, bring you back to control. Also paying attention to cycles. It's I always tell people, right? It might not sound like a cycle, but there are days where I feel super motivated, like today, even though I'm a little bit tired right now, but I'm probably going to do at least 8 readings today, right? I have a rule. I do 4 readings every single day. But, some days I do 8, some days I do 16, right? Some days I do 12. So, and most days I just do 4 because that's all I can do. But one of the things I pay attention to is when I'm feeling motivated, I do extra work, right? And it allows me to take days off. It allows me to, live a life and do other things. So, I'm always paying attention to how I feel. And I kind of feel that for you with the Wheel of Fortune. It's are there certain cycles, or, do you notice, that there are certain seasons in your life, and can you take control of those seasons? And that's the question I would be asking yourself here. Let's see. With the Four of Cups, you have the Seven of Swords. Some of you definitely could have been dealing with lying, cheating, stealing. That could put you in a kind of guarded place. So, if you have a past person who hurt you, that could be kind of getting in the way of a new connection. Definitely something I'd be careful of. With the Three of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is like a new beginning. So I feel like there could be a new beginning coming in for you with the Ace of Wands, or there's like some sort of fresh start here is what I'm feeling. I also feel that there could be a lot of passion going this way. There could be a water sign, another water sign coming in for you if you're looking for love. So, definitely looks good. Definitely looks like a completely new beginning, though. The Ace of Wands is like a fresh start, and Ace of Wands out with the old, in with the new. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, a lot of things distracting you. Ten of Wands is like a lot of burdens, a lot of, carrying a heavy burden, carrying a heavy weight. So I feel for a lot of you that you need to let go of like past burdens, challenges, difficulties, or things that are holding you back. And, that'll probably make things easier. Next, in the area of what are we doing here? The critical information you need to hear right now, you have this Toil and Labor card. You also have this Community card. Number one, I would say very obvious. You have that Ten of Wands. So I would say, are you picking up burdens, or are you handling too many burdens that don't belong to you? Are you doing things for other people that they could easily do for themselves? Are you carrying the burdens of other people because you're a caring person? I don't know. I can't answer that question for you, but it's definitely something I would look at. I also get the feeling in this reading that you could be much more efficient with your time, or there's something here about something that you could do to make your time much more useful, or much more valuable, or much more helpful. Take it how it resonates, like I said, but, I kind of feel there could be, it's not like you're necessarily making your life easier. I feel like you're becoming more efficient. And as I always say, based off the astrology, I think that everyone really needs to do this right now. I think everyone needs to look at the areas of their life where they're maybe working too hard or having to put too much energy into whatever it is, and they need to say, how can I be more efficient at this? Or can I just cut it out of my life? Whatever it is. You have this Nine of Wands here. I definitely feel like some of you were hurt going across the top here. You have the Hermit as well with the Star. So you're going through some sort of healing. The Star really tells me that you probably had some sort of tower moment. Could be a breakup, a separation, or something else that you had to heal from. I love that the Star is coming up because, number one, it's a good card. Number two, it's coming up in the area of the good stuff. So it's really good, and it really tells me that you are kind of healing from something that maybe put you in the wounded warrior type of energy. You also have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords says, guess what? Keep recovering if you need to recover. We have a retrograde until the middle of the month, basically. If you want to be super technical, we're in the shadow till like the 21st or the 22nd of this month. So, take your time to heal, to get extra rest if you need it. Don't force yourself to do things. There's a person here who's receiving blessings from another person. So I feel like there could clearly be blessings coming in for you after, a difficult period of time. And the blessing could be a person. It's like maybe you've just been praying or hoping for just a good person to enter into your life. And here they are. I don't know why, but I do get long distance here. So for some of you, might require travel. We were also talking about this whale back here. And you have that Wisdom Keeper card. I feel like the two cards are connected. Whales dive deep, so I feel like you could be attracting a very deep person, or, someone who has multiple layers, basically, is what that's kind of like saying to me. But let's see where this is going, Cancer. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Nine of Swords. I feel like you're guarded because you don't want to repeat a cycle. Definitely had a tower moment in the recent past, I would say. Especially with that. And I feel like you're trying to get off the hamster wheel. Whatever repetitive cycle you've experienced, I feel like that's what you're trying to bring an end to this month. With the Four Swords, like I said, I feel like the blessing coming in for you could be a true King of Cups person, someone very kind, caring, nurturing, someone probably very intuitive, and, probably a water sign, right? With the King of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles. And I have the word duality popping into my head. I feel like this person has two sides to them. It could be this right here. You could be attracting like an Aries with water. You could be attracting a water sign with Aries in their chart. Take it how it resonates. But I feel like this person has a good balance. It's funny that I'm noticing the difference between the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. It's like maybe your past person had terrible balance, but again, if this doesn't have to be a person, could be a job. Maybe you had a job where there was no balance. This is like much more balanced here, much more connected, I would say. So I definitely feel that. I also feel like this person has two sides, but not like in a creepy, like multiple personality way. I just think they have like a work persona, and then they have a home persona. It's like they kind of know how to turn it off. Let's put it that way. And I kind of feel like it's a good thing. Next, in the area of the good stuff that's coming in for you, you have this unmarked trail card. It says Revelation. How crazy is that? It says unmarked trail. I didn't even notice that. And there it goes. And that card totally disappeared. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Just pretend I'm holding it here. That card, we were talking about Neptune and Pisces not having the markers, not knowing where to go. So, this is showing up in the good stuff. I feel like the star is saying that you could be discovering a North Star this month. You could be discovering something to focus on that guides you, that motivates you to action, that makes you feel like you're going in the right direction as well. Again, the star can just represent having a North Star, having that thing that where okay, like I need to go in this direction. I need to make these moves. It's almost like I'm just getting the word answers on the star, but it's more guidance. It's like I said, I feel like the guidance that you're receiving is knowing what to do. And, that's what I'm getting here. You have the Three of Pentacles. Teamwork makes the dream work. Of course, you have that community card. You and Capricorn, your opposite sign, you always get this. So, anything you can do to work with other people would be amazing. If you're attracting love, this is also amazing. I love the Three of Pentacles for love because it kind of represents a person who really wants to work on a team. A person who wants to put the work in, a person who wants to, kind of make things happen and wants to, create an amazing connection, all that other good stuff. You also have the Emperor here as well. The Emperor is about taking action. So number one, if you're attracting a person, I feel like you're attracting like a real action taker. That's probably the thing that will stand out to you the most. I feel like it's a person with a plan as well. I also have like a weird story. Like this is going to sound super weird, Cancer. So just like, what I mean? Bear with me. But what I would say here is maybe I feel a story popping into my head where it's like maybe you had a past relationship that was a long distance relationship and it just never got anywhere. I feel like if this is also long distance, you're going to notice the difference. Like the past person, maybe they were just like stringing you along, not really making any moves, not doing anything to move it forward. And I feel like this new person, it's like I feel like they like make plans to travel or, they make plans to meet up in some way. It's like they're much more, kind of action oriented. And that's what I'm getting here. But again, doesn't have to be long distance. Maybe you're just used to people like not making plans, not making dates and things like that. I feel like this person, I really don't know how to say it, Cancer, but I feel like what you will notice about this person is that they just do a lot more, right? They do a lot more to try to, they actually seem like they want to be there, right? Let's put it that way. Maybe with all the other past people, it was like pulling teeth. And, I feel like this person is much more, they kind of take the initiative. With the star, you have the Eight of Swords again, so you need to get out of this Eight of Swords energy, which we saw over here. It's like literally saying to me, the Six of Cups can be a turnaround. I always say that the Six of Cups is a gift from the universe, but usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is obstacles being removed from our life. So, we're bumping up against an obstacle, Eight of Swords, we get the Six of Cups, outside of love, outside of everything else. It can say that the universe is removing the obstacle, but, it's almost like you have to focus on something. You cannot make this stuff up. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Tower right there. This is showing up in the good stuff, obviously, so it's going to be much more positive than if it were to show up anywhere else. But I knew that you had a Tower moment recently, or there was like some sort of Tower moment that you've experienced recently. It looks like you're healing from it. It is showing up in the good stuff. So, the whole point of the Tower is that we have a Tower moment. The Tower gets reduced down to its foundation, and then we rebuild it after, and that's what it looks like to me. With the Emperor, you have the Four of Pentacles. I feel like you're playing it too safe. Like, I don't want to call you out here, Cancer, but I'm going to. I kind of feel this is encouraging risk-taking for some reason, or, kind of like doing something that is a little bit risky. And we're not talking about like crazy risk here. We're just talking about like if you're starting a business, like take the risk of building the website, take the risk of putting a video on YouTube or, something like that. Again, I can't get away from this, the Two of Swords. I said back in 2020 on an interview I did with Leo King that I believe everything we want is on the other side of something we've never done before. That's always true, but it's extra true right now because of the astrology. So, I feel like we need to do things that, kind of take us from our comfort zones. That's where the success is going to come from. When we're going to pull 5 main themes now, you have the staff card. It says you will be taken care of in difficult times. Some of you literally could be attracting a person who's just in a very secure position. So, it doesn't matter what happens with the economy or, pretty much anything like that. I feel like you're going to be perfectly protected and secure and all that other stuff. You have this clouds card. It says temporary problems. You had temporary problems. I feel like they are temporary, and you're kind of like moving past these, any situations that have been holding you back in general. It's kind of funny that you have all these cards that would represent murkiness, and that's basically what I was saying about the about Neptune and Pisces is like this cloudy, not being clear. But I really feel this reading is talking about clarity. You have this gong card. It says an exciting event. I would encourage you to get out in public, to do things, with other people in your life, like especially friends, family members, things like that. I feel like socializing would be a really good idea for you as well. You have this whale card. It says great worry over nothing. How many whales do you have in this reading? That's crazy. And so, number one, pull your head out of your butt and stop worrying about whatever you're worrying about here, Cancer, because I feel like it's not serving you, obviously. The other thing is I would look at why you are worrying about something. Is there a need to worry about it? Or, sometimes I think we worry about things because we just want to feel like secure. Are you kidding? There you go. My alarm went off, but guess what? I've been up for hours, Cancer. So, what I would say here is it's like, are you just trying to feel fine? Are you just trying to feel secure? Like, there's something here about your feelings. I'm trying to grab onto it. Obviously, if you can't tell, I can't grab onto it. But it's like, I think that, it's like you're telling yourself, or maybe you're worrying about things. And I feel like you're telling yourself you're worrying or whatever. But really, you're just wanting to feel okay. Or, really, you're just wanting to have a certain emotion. I hope that makes sense. Because it doesn't make sense to me, Cancer. But, there you go. You have this March card. You also have this club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. I feel like this happened in the month of March. That's probably when you had your tower moment. It doesn't even have to be a person making you do something against your will. You could just feel like I kind of feel like out of control. So maybe you feel like someone made you do that. Finally, you have this casket. It says someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. Coffins in the tarot also kind of say, the coffin represents your old life. Outside the coffin represents your new life. So I really feel you're kind of just like stepping into this new life here, Cancer, is what this reading is saying. I kind of like where this reading is going. So I feel like you're taking much more control with that Wheel of Fortune, which is like the important thing, but pretty interesting. Thank you for being here, Cancer, and definitely enjoy the rest of May.